Everybody knows about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef that's been going on. It's one of the most legendary rap battles that we have ever seen, if not the most legendary. And today, we're going to be reliving the beef and dissecting the winner of each diss track round with visual representation of each ass whooping in WWE 2K24 with J. Cole as the special guest referee because he don't want the smoke anyway. So coming up, we got Kendrick Lamar's diss that started it all. We got J. Cole clapping back, but then immediately pulling out and apologizing. Then we got Drake finally responding and all the diss tracks following. So we got Push-Ups versus Euphoria, Tailor-Made Freestyle versus 616 in LA, Family Matters versus Meet the Grams, and last but oh my goodness, not least, Not Like Us versus The Heart Part 6. And you'll see all the match rounds on the screen in the game. And we'll see who comes out on top of this diss battle. Spoiler alert, most people probably already know the answer to this. And I just want you to know I will not be putting my individual bias on this. It doesn't matter if I'm a Drake fan, a Kendrick fan. I do listen to more Drake. But yo, if Kendrick wins, Kendrick wins. I'm really going with the general consensus in this video of what most people think, what the audience think. Just like you have in a regular rap battle in real life, one side goes, the next side goes, and then guess what? You have the audience make some noise for who you think won, right? So I'm going to talk about who everybody seems to think won this battle. Let's do it. Okay, so as far as I know and I'm concerned, Kendrick Lamar started this beef. Now, at least for what it is now, I don't know what the history is in the past and what was going on before this, but Kendrick Lamar came out on that track with Metro Boomin and Future on Like That, and he immediately came out saying, F the big three, is just Big Me, and he said for all the dogs getting buried, coming at Drake, and also initially coming at J. Cole as well. So that's what started all of this, right? I won't include this track in the beef, like the track for track, because obviously that was just like the initial shots that were fired, right? But right after that, we had J. Cole pop up. He dropped this whole project called Might Delete Later, and on the last track, he had a song called 7 Minute Drill in which he was coming hard at Kendrick Lamar. He was coming at him, but most of the song was really him talking just talking about how Kendrick is kind of irrelevant and he barely makes music anymore. He tried to come at Kendrick's discography and all his music and the songs and his albums and like how they're worse than people portray them to be and everything like that. It was a really good song, 7 Minute Drill. I loved it. Even though I don't think that song was even 7 minutes. I think it was like 3 minutes. But either way, I loved it. J. Cole is my favorite rapper. But he went ahead and apologized to Kendrick for coming up with this diss track. That video is literally online of him apologizing, saying that he's a fan of Kendrick Lamar, saying that it was kind of weighing on his soul and his spirit and like he just couldn't do it. He couldn't live with himself like this kind of type energy. And yeah, he pulled out of the beef and he deleted that track off of like all the streaming platforms. So that track is no longer there, even though you could easily find the track anywhere like on the internet, on YouTube, because once it's on the internet, it stays up there, right? But J. Cole, he don't want the smoke. So he got out quick, fast, and in a hurry before Kendrick could strike back. And man, with the way the rest of this goes, it was probably the right decision. So first up, we have Push-Ups versus Euphoria. So Push-Ups is Drake's track that he released once he finally decided to respond to Kendrick Lamar. And he came at him strong. I thought Push-Ups was a banger. I thought it was fire. I thought most of the songs Drake dropped with heat, right? But yeah, like Push-Ups was hot. Push-Ups was hot. People were liking it. Like you could get down to it. Like, Drake's always going to give you something that you kind of bop your head to or dance to or something like that. So he's not like lacking in that department. But this is like about the disses too, right? So yeah, Push-Ups was amazing. And everybody loved it, and then Euphoria dropped, and everybody's world was like shattered because Euphoria came out, and Kendrick like literally went in on Drake. There was so much in Euphoria initially when I initially listened to it where I was like, dude, I don't even know all the references he's making, because Kendrick's like the type of rapper where he's legit gonna make a bunch of bars and or references that are gonna go over your head, and you'd be like, bro, I don't even know what he's talking about. I don't get that, but it sounds deep and profound. But like he out here killing it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I do remember him saying in the track all the things he hate about Drake and that he don't know nothing about raising his son and everything like that. So yeah, the general crowd consensus, I will say, once Euphoria dropped, like the world was shook and everybody saying that Kendrick won that rap battle. Euphoria beats Push-Ups. Kendrick is up 1-0. All right, so the next two diss tracks, I feel like these are the most two forgettable diss tracks in the series. Like, they're not as impactful, but Tailor Made Freestyle versus 616 in LA. Tailor Made Freestyle was actually dropped before Euphoria, I believe, because Drake dropped Push Ups, then he dropped Tailor Made, and he was waiting for Kendrick, right? But we're gonna pair this up with the 616 in LA. So Tailor Made Freestyle, I can't give Drake like too many points because he used AI. He used Tupac AI and Snoop Dogg AI in the song. So it was those two. I mean, I guess I don't know if he was trying to get back at him the same way like Kendrick did and like that, and it wasn't just him on the track. But either way, this is AI we're talking about, right? So he generated that. And then in the song, it was really just about him telling Kendrick, like, we waiting on you to respond. So, like, there's not much diss that goes into saying I'm waiting on you to respond. In 616 in LA, that's when Kendrick started coming out with these statements saying, hey, Drake, have you ever considered that the people in OVO that you think are your boys are working for me? Like, have you ever thought about that, right? So when he said that, people are like, boom, right back on Kendrick's side, like, oh, snap. Kendrick got people planning. Kendrick got like people giving him inside information. He's still one up on Drake, right? So obviously 616 in LA versus Tailor Made. People are also gonna say Kendrick won because Tailor Made again had AI and there was not really much dissing going on in it like that I thought was really significant. So Kendrick is now up 2-0. It's not looking too good for Drake. Now this is where I thought Drake had recovered. He dropped Family Matters. And I swear to you that Family Matters was a banger. He came out hard. He came out strong. This is a 7-minute track. I've had some people that told me they think Family Matters is trash. I don't really see where you're getting that it's trash from, but I guess maybe if you just don't like Drake, you thought it was trash. But I thought Family Matters in itself was fire, especially before like Kendrick dropped what was coming up next, right? But yeah, it was like 3 songs in one. It was 7 minutes. He came hard at the beginning. He came out swinging on Kendrick on this track, like literally swinging, and he did it with 3 different beats, 3 different songs. He came out strong, and this is where he revealed at the end of the song and like a little in the middle that apparently they're saying Kendrick Lamar beat his wife and he's, you know, a domestic violence person and abused his wife and stuff like that. He came with those accusations. Obviously, nobody has any proof about it, but that's the bomb that Drake dropped at the end of the song. So at this point, people are like, oh snap, Drake is up. He got this information on Kendrick. Drake is up. He's winning this beef now, right? So everybody thinking, all right, Drake recovered. But Kendrick Lamar comes out an hour later, literally 1 hour later, he drops the track. Like, how, bruh? How? You came out with a track 3 seconds after I just dropped this. Like, we thinking we up, and then you just out of nowhere, like, oh, I got something for you. Like, you had this pre-made, or like, you just that quick with it? Like, it was crazy. So one, it seemed like Kendrick got the leg up off the speed of his release alone. The speed of his release alone was so crazy that's like, oh nah, Kendrick is moving different. You don't even know what the diss say yet, but you said Kendrick is moving different. Now, once the song released, it was Meet the Grams. And in Meet the Grams, it's like a letter to all of Drake's family members, including Drake himself, like just talking crap about Drake and how telling his son that Drake is garbage and his mother and his father Drake's garbage. And then talking to this daughter that Kendrick is saying that Drake has that he's revealing to the world, like how Pusha T revealed to the world that Drake had his son Adonis. But the only thing with this is we have still not seen proof of Drake's daughter. We have seen proof of Adonis since Pusha T released that information and Drake like came forward and was honest about that. But after like the daughter allegations, he's still saying like, yo, where's my daughter? Like, I don't know where this daughter is that you're speaking of. So either way, like, I don't really take too much from him revealing he has a daughter because like, unless like we really seeing the daughter and it turned out to be true, like it's just him like saying whatever. So I don't know about that whole daughter thing, but the rest of the track is still crazy. Him coming at the family. And like I said, the speed in which Kendrick came out with the track in itself already put him like leagues ahead just with that alone. So right now, I know what the fans was thinking. Everybody's like, yo, Kendrick is destroying this, man. Kendrick is up 3-0. And then we got the final 2 tracks. So Kendrick drops Meet the Grams and he ain't done. He ain't finished. He wants to go. He won the fight, but he wants to go for the fatality. He wants to go for the head like Thanos said the Avengers should have done. He wants Drake to be finished. And then he drops Not Like Us before Drake could even respond to Meet the Grams, which was dropped in record time anyway, right? So he drops Not Like Us, and Jesus Lord, good God, man. The only thing that people were saying about Kendrick's disses this entire time was that, like, they're so like they're so well thought out, and so many bars could go over your head, and like, you know, he just says so many things that are so deep and insightful and whatever, but you can't bop your head to none of Kendrick's songs, none of his disses. And that's what you say you could do to Drake. So all for Family Matters, you could bop your head. For push-ups, you could bop your head. Like you could play it in the car, you could play it in the club, whatever. Kendrick did not have that until he came out with Not Like Us. When I tell you this beat by DJ Mustard, I think it is, right? DJ Mustard, this beat was going crazy. This beat had you going crazy before Kendrick said anything. And then it got worse because then Kendrick said everything. It was bad. It was crazy. It was just insane, bro. You could bop your head. Like I like Drake, right? But you just can't help but listen to the song and be like, okay, Mustard on the beat. No, like what? Like you just like come on, you hype with it, man. And then when he hit that A minor line, so basically, he came out in the song and he said that Drake is a pedophile. He said that Drake like little children and whatnot, and like it was just crazy. So like it didn't play out well for Drake because it's like, dang, like he did that. He dropped the A minor thing, and then he had like the sex offenders list on Drake's house in the cover of it. It was just crazy, bro. And then at the end, he was talking about everybody say OV ho, and it's so catchy, bro. I'm dancing to it. He talking about OV ho, stab this way, stab that way. I'm like dancing, like, oh snap, like this a bang, like. I feel like this is a fatality. Drake just got knocked out. That's the knockout punch. I don't know what he could do anymore. All he could do was like disprove Kendrick, and then while disproving him, prove that everything that he said about Kendrick was true, which is exactly what he went ahead and did. In regards to trying to disprove him, he didn't prove what he said about Kendrick being a woman beater true, but he went ahead and came out with his next song, The Heart Part 6. And he basically said, you don't have any facts, you don't have any proof, you don't have any evidence. You're just coming out here and spreading lies. And if that's how you want to like if that's how you want to try to win the disses, like win the rap battle, like you could keep it kind of thing. Like, you know, like, cause unless you get into the facts, unless we talking about facts, I don't want to take part in this. Cause like, I don't even know what you're doing no more. Like you just making up whatever. And he just really spent that song denying all the allegations. It wasn't really a diss to Kendrick. It was kind of just like, you're a liar. These are not facts. And no, I'm not interested in young ladies and like stuff like that. Like it was just like that. So it wasn't not much of a diss. It was just a defense song. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on top of that, it was still bad for Drake because people still had videos of him from when he was like 23 and he had a 17-year-old girl on stage, a 17-year-old girl on stage, and he kissed her on the cheek, both cheeks, on the forehead, and on her lips after finding out that she was 17. So that doesn't look good for him. And then in the track, he brought up Millie Bobby Brown, 11 from Stranger Things. And he was friends with her since when she was like 14, 15, whatever. And he mentioned that I guess he ain't do nothing nasty or dirty with her. But fans online is like, Kendrick said you a pedophile. He never said who he's talking about. And then Drake's like, well, I ain't do nothing with Millie Bobby Brown. So now everybody's like, who said anything about Millie Bobby Brown? So like, you know, when a criminal incriminates themselves by outing more details than everybody thought they knew or had, that's kind of what people are saying about Drake. And they have these videos of him in like very young women. So like, they're like, yo, it doesn't look too hot for Drake. It doesn't look too good. It looks like there's more proof of that. I don't know, do what you will with the information. I'm not saying he is what Kendrick accused him of. I'm just saying that there seems to be more proof that leads closer to Drake being what Kendrick is saying versus the proof that Drake has. He doesn't have any proof about what he's saying about Kendrick and his wife. So with that being said, man, Kendrick winning the beef right now at this point. It was 4-0. We at 4-0. Not Like Us clears The Heart Part 6. So yeah, that's a 4-0 sweep. I heard that there was another song in the beef about to drop like yesterday, but apparently like yesterday, Drake's house, his mansion got shot at. But like, you know, Kendrick, I don't know if he leaked the address, but that whole image thing, I don't know what if this beef has anything to do with it. But yeah, long story short, Drake's security guard was shot, and I heard that there was a pause on the next diss track that was going to be released. I don't know if it was a Kendrick diss or if it was a Drake diss. I don't know who was releasing it, but I just know it was stopped because of the shooting. They're saying that's what I saw on Twitter. Who knows if any of this stuff is true, but I'm just sharing you guys the information. Yeah, so you probably just seen on WWE just Kendrick destroying Drake and J. Cole just doing his best to, be a mediator and just unbiased judge and just stand by and watch it happen. So, yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about the beef. Do you think Kendrick cleared 4-0? Do you think Kendrick won the beef at all? If he did win the beef, but you don't think it's 4-0, which tracks do you think Drake won each round on? You know what I'm saying? Or if you think Drake won, make your case in the comment section, man. I'd love to have a discussion with you guys. I'd love to watch you guys have discussions with each other. Yo, let's get lit out here. Welcome to J Athletic Gaming. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.